Hello friends, this is Raj Sastry from Raj Option Trading. Today is November 30, 2021. Let's look at the beaten down stocks to buy. So today we had a down market. Let's look at a quick market update. Look at the beaten down stocks. Look at the great stocks to buy from Dow Jones, Nasdaq, S&P 500, Russell 1000 and 2000 stocks here. And also look at the stock with high short ratio so we can play some short squeeze game. So with that, let's jump in and get started. As you can see here, today we had a down day. We had all the major averages down nicely. And look at the advanced decline line here. We got 21% advancing, 75% declining. That's a huge declining ratio today. So that's why we got to be a little bit careful and go from there. And as you look through here, investors are a little bit spooked today because Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell, he said it's possible central bank will remove the stimulus faster than expected. So this is where the taper, the bond buying program might stop. So that will mean, the bonds will kind of go down, and the interest rates might go up. So that's why anytime interest rates goes higher, it's not a great news for the market. That's why market tanked. As you look through here, White House is considering stricter international traveling testing here. This might impact some of the travel stocks, so we'll see how it goes. Think about airlines, credit card companies, and so on and so forth. And Salesforce.com, their fourth quarter guidance missed the Wall Street expectation. Stock came down nicely. Good time to buy some Salesforce here. And Salesforce also has a co-CEO right now, along with Mark Benioff. And Fauci says Omicron COVID variant is already found in 20 countries and not yet in US. So the moment it's found in 20 countries, unless we stop the travel, it can easily travel to US. That's why you got to be a little bit careful here. So with that, let's jump in and look at major ETFs moving the market and then look at the stocks. Before we do that, let's go into Thinkorswim platform, look at the market action. As you look through here, we got S&P 500 futures here. After dropping big time, it's showing a small bounce here, up 33 points, which is a good sign. And then we have Nasdaq here up nicely, up 170 points here. That's a good uptick for Nasdaq. Hopefully this will continue as we go into morning session. And then we got Dow Jones Industrial Average. It's also up nicely, up 132 as you can see here. Let's hope this will continue as we go into cash opening tomorrow. And then we got Russell 2000. Russell 2000 is one of the weaker sectors as you can see here, weaker indices. It's down nicely. It's trying to bounce off of its 200-day moving average. As usual, S&P, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and Russell, these are the two down areas here, whereas S&P 500 and Nasdaq are a little more stronger. So with that, let's quickly look at the bonds here and then go from there. As you look through here from a bond perspective, we got bonds up nicely as you can see here. After the down day here, we'll see how it goes. The bond is higher now; it's down tick as you can see here. So bonds are wondering where to go. Probably, if the taper happens, bonds will come down. That means interest rates will go higher. This is where we got to be careful. If the interest rate goes higher, then stock market, especially the high growth names, might have some trouble here, and also industrials will have some trouble. As you can see here, crude oil is wondering where to go here. It's down nicely here below 200-day moving average, so there could be some good names in the oil patch. And then you got gold here. Gold is also down as you can see here. It's good to buy some great gold names here and go from there. So with that, let's look at couple stocks here and go from there. So as you look through here, we got big stocks here. Look at Apple. Even though market is down, Apple is up nicely. I would wait for a little pullback here before I buy Apple. It's too hot for me right now. Look at the RSI 71 that tells you wait and watch. Look for a better entry point. And then you got Microsoft here, a little bit weak today. Still it's hovering around its 50-day moving average. RSI is 51. It may be okay to slowly buy some Microsoft slowly because RSI is dropping a little bit. So I think it's a better buy than Apple. And then you got here Amazon.com. It's a great buy here. RSI is 50. It's a good time to buy some Amazon and go from there. And Facebook or Meta, as we call it, it's a great buy here. It's just coming below 200-day moving average. Could be a good time to accumulate some Facebook here and go from there. And we look at a few more here. All right, now we got Google here, a big name. Sundar Pichai is the CEO. Look here, it's also falling below its 100-day moving average. Could be good to buy some Google here. RSI is very low here, 42. It's a great buy at these levels here. Netflix, I think this is a good time to start buying some Netflix here. As you can see, Netflix also trying to come below 100-day moving average here. Good time to buy some Netflix here. Nvidia still hot here. It's too hot for me. RSI 65. I would wait for this to come down to maybe 50 RSI or so before I can consider buying some Nvidia. Still, its RSI is at the top here, so let's wait for this to pull back here. On the other hand, Johnson & Johnson is a great buy here. I would be slowly accumulating some Johnson & Johnson. Given RSI is very low here, it's a great buy here. It also pays a good amount of dividend. And let's look at few more here. All right, then we got here Lockheed Martin. It's weak right now a little bit. I think it's a great buy at these levels here. Look at the RSI; it's come down, significantly. And AbbVie, after jumping high, now it's coming down a little bit. I think now it's okay to slowly start buying some AbbVie. It's a great biotechnology stock. And then you got Accenture. Accenture was running very high hot before. Now it's coming down to our range here. RSI is 47. We could buy some Accenture slowly and go from there. It's a great company. Anytime you see some dip in Accenture, it's always a great buy. It will do well long term. And then my favorite stock here, CrowdStrike. It's a great stock, cyber security. Right now it's coming below 200-day moving average. Good to buy some CrowdStrike and go from there. And let's look at a few more here. And I would wait for Home Depot and Lowe's to come down a little more here. Right now RSI a little high for me, 60 and 64, a little hot. Let's look at TJX. TJX is a good buy here. RSI is 50, middle of the road. Now we can accumulate some TJX. As you can see here, TJX also, anytime it drops like this, it's always a good buy here. I would be slowly starting to accumulate some TJX and go from there. McDonald's, I think now it's coming to a little bit buy point here. RSI is 40. We could slowly start accumulating some McDonald's and go from there. And let's look at a few more here. All right, so now we got JP Morgan. JP Morgan is coming down nicely, as you can see here. It's below its 100-day moving average. It's good to buy some JP Morgan. Look here, RSI is 35. That tells you it's oversold here. Anytime there's an interest rate hike, this company will benefit. So it's a good buy here, along with Goldman Sachs, of course. Goldman Sachs is even beaten down further. RSI 36, great buy here. And Square and PayPal both are great buys here. I'll be slowly accumulating some of these stocks here. Fintech is in a bloodbath for last couple of days or couple of weeks here. It's a great to buy and accumulate some fintech names like Square and PayPal. And let's look at one more or two more here. Now we got here our EV stocks. Tesla is super hot, 59 RSI. I think we should wait for a little pullback here. It's RSI is toward the high level here. Well, let's wait for a little pullback here. On the other hand, NIO is a great buy here. Anytime NIO is below 40, it's a great buy. I would accumulate some NIO here and go from there. On the other hand, both Lucid as well as Fisker, a little bit high RSI. I will wait for a little pullback here before I pull the plug here. Let's look at one more and go from there. And now we got your Stoneco kind of came down significantly. I'm a buyer of Stoneco at these levels. And we got PaySafe here, came down significantly as you can see here. I'm slowly accumulating PaySafe also. Then you got Cisco here. Cisco is a great company here. They are into cyber security. They also came down here. I would be a buyer of Cisco slowly and accumulate. And then you got Marathon Digital, as you can see here. Great buy. Crypto is rolling over. This could be a good one. And then finally we have Salesforce.com or CRM. Came down pretty drastically today. I would be a buyer of CRM here and take it from there. Look at the IV percentile, it's 93. That tells you could sell some put option under the current stock price and make some money that way too. So with that, now let's jump into our spreadsheet and look at market action from a exchange traded fund perspective. So we got all the major ETFs here. Let's look at the index to begin with. As you look through here, we got major indices, S&P 500, and we got here QQQ, emerging market, IWM, and so on and so forth. Look here, bloodbath. Everything is down big time here, with the S&P 500 down 2%, Nasdaq 1.5%. Russell is much weaker as you can see here. So that's why it's a down market today. And keep watching IV percentile. You could sell some put option for SPY here. Deep, deep out of the money, or deep in the money as you call it, and get some good premium given RSI. I mean, IV percentile has gone up here. You can make some good money that way also. Now let's look at sector as well as index here. As you can see here, it's sorted by volume. You got top volume on top here. Look, it's mostly bloodbath here, except TLT, which is 20-year treasury, that went up. But otherwise, it's a bath all along. So that's why you got to be careful here. You can look at some great names and buy them slowly. I like especially QQQ. It's a good one to accumulate slowly. And also you could look at other names here. Like you could look at XLK, which is the technology here. That's a great one also. And you could look at few more areas and buy them slowly into this weakness. IWM is another good example you could buy. And we got XLV, which is biotech and healthcare sector. That's also a good one. So with that, let's jump in and look at some major trends and see how we can benefit from a major trend perspective. As you can see here, let's also sort this by volume and go from there. All right, so as you can see here, we got semiconductors coming down nicely here. We could buy slowly, some semiconductors still hot, as you can see here. RSI 65, that tells you wait, don't buy right now. As you look through here, we got a few more areas like clean energy is a good one to buy slowly. RSI came down pretty much. It's a good one to slowly buy. And human genomic in general, biotechnology is down. You could buy some great biotechnology stocks here. Look, ARK, G down, IBB is also down. You could buy some IBB also. All the great biotech stocks are in this basket here. And solar is down nicely, as you can see here. RSI is 47. It's a good time to buy some solar. Fintech is completely wiped out here. You could buy some great fintech names here. You could even buy ARK fintech ETF also. And as you look through here, we got cannabis is completely out. This is completely sold off here. You could slowly accumulate some ETF or some great quality names and buy them. Batteries are doing well here. EV batteries a little bit high right now. I would be slowly accumulating some battery stocks at these levels and buy as they go down a little more. Cybersecurity down, autonomous driving down, and it could be good to buy these. As you can see, your RSI is pretty much low here. You could buy these great ETFs and corresponding stock nicely. So with that, what we'll do now is we'll look at the stocks here, look at few trends in the stocks and go from there. As you look through here, we got major stocks in this list here. Let's quickly look at few things here. First, let's look at all the names, and also let's look at only stocks where today's volume is greater than 1 million shares traded. So there we have it. And let's first look at Dow Jones, Dow 30 stocks here, and see what's up here. So as you look through Dow 30 perspective, look, the major news is CRM, Salesforce.com, Mark Benioff's company came down big time today. It's down around 4% today on the news that it's providing some softer guidance for next year. That's why stock came down here. I would be a buyer of CRM. It's a great stock here. Anytime they come down like this, it's a great buy. They normally bounce back pretty nicely. And then as we scan through, we got a few more here. Traveler, American Express. American Express is a great buy here. You could buy some American Express. As you can see here, it's done 130% in 1 year. And look at the volume here. Volume is up for all these four stocks here. It's a good time to buy some American Express here and go from there. We got a few more as you can scan through here. But in this list right now, my favorite is CRM, given it has fallen down tremendously here. Then you can look at some other stocks, like for example, Cisco is a good one. J&J is a good one. You could look at that one too. Now what we'll do is we'll look at Nasdaq 100 stocks. This is one of my favorite areas to buy. There are some great names you could buy here. In Nasdaq, as usual, as you can see here, we got Intuit, one of my favorite stock here. It's been a rocket ship of late. Look, nice sales growth, nice gross margin. You could buy some Intuit into this weakness here and sock it away. And then you got your dollar tree, great one here. And we got Marvell. Marvell Technology is a good 5G play here. You could buy some Marvel into this weakness. But look here, RSI is a little higher for these names here. I would probably wait a little bit, let the RSI come down. Let's look at low RSI candidates so that we don't get distracted here. Look, now we got low RSI candidates here. We got Sirius XM. This stock, doesn't go too much wildly, but if you want to cut in and out and do some quick money slowly, you could buy this. But there is not too much range here. ATR or ATR range is low here. The stock doesn't have too much up and down. And Booking.com, which is a travel stock, came down nicely, as you can see here. Meili, Mercado Libre came down nicely. That's a great stock here. Volume is tad, it's a good volume, as you can see here, more than double normal volume. eBay, as you can see here, came down. Huge volume, 21 million. We should probably look at buying some eBay at these levels. And keep watching the high volume candidates. For example, you got Kraft Heinz, high volume here. Stock came down. Cerner, same story. You could look at some of those candidates and buy them slowly. And then you got your Activision Blizzard, as you can see here. That's a great stock. It's been a down of late after the quarterly earnings. It's a good one to buy slowly. And now what we'll do is we'll look at Russell 2000 and look at some of the names in Russell 2000, which are say low RSI, and also make sure there's a nice gross margin so that we will get stronger candidates. We can also say low debt, so we get low debt candidates. These could be the good ones we could look at here. Look at Bill.com. This is coming to my range right now. As you can see, our RSI is 45. Good to buy some Bill.com at these levels and accumulate slowly. And as you can see here, we got few more names here. We got Stanley Black & Decker, could be a good one to slowly accumulate here, given RSI is very low here. And then we got few more. We could look at even Virgin Galactic is a good one here. You could slowly buy some Virgin Galactic, completely sold off here with the low RSI, as you can see here. And we got few more names here. We could look at them and slowly buy them. Stoneco, as you can see here, it's a good one to slowly buy and accumulate. And Viva is one of my favorite here. It's also dropping nicely here. Low RSI, we could buy some Viva also. Next, what we'll do is we'll look at beaten down stocks. One of my favorite way to invest is look at the stocks that are below 200-day moving average, and then see out of those two stocks which are not making a comeback in 10-day moving average. So if it is below 200-day moving average and trying to go above 10-day moving average, that tells you these stocks are trying to go higher slowly. That's where I would go in and buy them. For example, you got CRTX here. The stock had been down big time. Now see what's happening. It's trying to make its way higher. So even though it's below its 200-day moving average, it's trying to climb up slowly, and it's above its 10-day moving average. That's when I go and catch them and buy them and accumulate. Look, it's trying to go high in 1 day and 5-day time frame. It's good to catch right now and buy slowly. And then you got beaten down stock here, Fibrogen. It's a great stock here. It's also trying to make a small comeback here. As you can see here, still low RSI. In fact, let's look at just low RSI stock so that way we don't get distracted. So that's a good one here. You could buy some Fibrogen here and accumulate slowly. And then you got few more here. Let's also go after quality. Let's say we want positive sales so that way we can eliminate some negative sales candidates. Also, let's say we want low debt candidates. So there you have, we got nice stocks here. I love even Huya. It's trying to make a comeback, as you can see here. Could be good, given RSI is low. You could buy this on a down day here. Today it's up 9.5%. I would buy it on a little bit down day. Look here, Fate, after dropping big time for a long time, now it's trying to climb above, even though it's below 200-day moving average, trying to make a comeback. That's also a good one here. I would look at these names here. These are stocks that are below its 200-day moving average, but trying to make a comeback, in a 10-day moving average. So that's a great play here. Next, what we'll do is, I also typically look at stocks that are, below its 120-day moving average, but trying to make a comeback. So, as an example, if you look at here, I will look at stocks that are below its 120-day moving average, but trying to make a comeback about 10-day moving average slowly. So, look, I think we got similar stocks here. A few new names here, but similar stocks. So, I would also look at stocks like Sava here, Cassava. Even though it's down, it's trying to make a small comeback here. I would pick some of those stocks up and go from there. And I think we got a few more here you could look at. For example, we got 8 by 8 after dropping big time. It's also trying to make a small comeback here. Stock is beaten down pretty much. I think it's slowly okay to buy some. JAMF, same story, trying to make a small comeback here. We could look at that one too. And so on and so forth. As you can see here, TradeUp, one of my favorites here, it's also trying to make a comeback. So anytime you see stocks that are below its either 200-day moving average or 120-day moving average, trying to make a small comeback, those are the good ones to play. Next, what we'll do is we'll look at unusual volume. Many times, when the stocks are showing some unusual volume, we got to see what's going on there. So let's look at unusual volume candidates and go from there. So as you can see here, now we got all the unusual volume candidates here. Keep watching, we got big volume. The moment you see here with the green background, that tells you that's more than double normal volume. So we should be looking at those candidates here. For example, here we got CRM, my favorite stock here, down big time here. Volume is also high. I would be picking up some CRM here. And look here, we got Flywire, $40 stock here, and that's also high volume. I would be buying some of these type of stock here slowly and go from there. And as you can scan through, we got one more here, CTLT, nice volume here. You could look at that one too. It's more than double normal volume. And we got some more, as you can see here. So I'll be looking at some of these candidates and slowly buy them and take it from there. Next, what we'll do is we'll look at high short ratio candidates. So you can play the short ratio game here or a short squeeze game. So what I will do is I'll say I want just high short ratio candidates here, and we'll also sort this by high short ratio. There we go. So we want this largest first and then smallest. And we also, let's also get the volume greater than 1 million, so that we get nice candidates with the good volume. So there you have it. So we got all these stocks with the high short ratio. Keep watching here. We got 48% short for AGC here. CRTX, a great buy here, trying to make a small comeback. It's trying to squeeze all the shorts, as you can see here. It's a good buy. You could buy that one too. And we got one more here, Blink Charging. It's also trying to make a small comeback here. It also wants to crash all the shorts here. That's why it's going higher. That's a good one too. Anytime you see a high short ratio, stock is trying to make a small move here, like ESPR. I would be a buyer in those stocks slowly, and help them to squeeze the shorts as you go forward. And you could also go after quality here. Let's say positive gross margin, and load that. Now you'll start getting good companies here with the high short ratio. You could buy those. GoTo is a good one. I always buy GoTo when it's below its below $3. Now it's down nicely here. You could buy some. It'll give you nice trading opportunity. It tries to go above 3, come back below 3. It's a good one here. Tattooed chef here, it's a good one here. High short ratio, as you can see here, and the stock is down in 1 day and 5 day, but up in 10 day. Trying to make some move here. And we got few more, as you can see here. Huya, Toast, all work here. Even Tiger, it's also trying to, it's down off late, but it comes up as we go forward. And Bitbrother, even DDD is one of my favorite here. You could slowly buy and help them to squeeze the shorts as you go forward. So there are some great stocks like PRTS. Doximity is a great stock. You could buy that one too. And we got some more, as you can see here. I would be stopping around 10%. It doesn't make sense to go below 10% here. So that way you can kind of get a good idea of these stocks here and buy them slowly, and shorts, squeeze some of these shorts here and take it from there. I love stocks like Sentinel here. Even NNDM works. DigitalOcean is also a great stock here. You could buy that one too. So with that, next what we'll do is many of you want to sell put options. Now there is a great opportunity to sell put options. Let's look at put option candidates here. Let's make sure volume is greater than 1 million, and let's make sure price is greater than $30 here, so that way we get a nice premium. And let's make sure you get high IV percentile on top here, and we also want low RSI. That should do it for us. And now let's sort it by high IV percentile on top here. Let's sort that high IV percentile on top. There you go. So now we get nice stocks here with the high IV percentile on top. You could easily sell some put option here and make some money that way. Be careful as usual. If the price is high like Okta here with the high 100 IV percentile, don't sell a naked put here. Sell a vertical spread, so that way you can sleep peacefully at night. Below the stock price, around around probability of touch around 30% or so. That'll make it a much stronger candidate here. And you could look at other candidates here. You got a lot of great names here. Keep watching the IV percentile, high IV percentile, and low RSI. That's a good candidate to sell some put option. If you want to go after quality, I would say go with the positive gross margin here. That will eliminate some weak links. And you could also go take a notch ahead and say I want only low debt. That will eliminate some more candidates, but I'm not putting that filter because there are some great stocks like MasterCard here. Even though debt ratio is high, it's still worth selling some put option and make some money that way. And some stocks like Bridge Bio here, trying to make a higher move here. That's a good news here. Stock is has a high IV percentile. It wants to go higher. You could sell some put option underneath and make some money that way. And there are some great stocks, as you can see here. I love stocks like ESTs. It's a good one here. And we got some more that you could sell some put option. Domo is a good one too. Even Alibaba. Umbrella shot up today. I would wait for a little pullback and then look at Umbrella. In mode is one of my favorite stock. It's a great one to buy at these levels here. It typically goes higher, as you go forward. So with that, what we'll do next is we'll look at insiders and institution buying. I love when insiders are buying their own company. That tells you there is a lot of conviction. So let's also make sure volume is greater than 500,000 shares traded, and let's make sure you get high insider candidates first and go from there. Let's say we want insider buy here, and let's also sort this by insider buy and go from there. All right, so we have a nice insider buy. Let's see on top here, largest to smallest. There you go. Now we got nice insider buy. Look, we got all these names here. Let's eliminate high RSI candidates. We can look at the stronger candidates here. Let's say we want only low RSI. We already have volume greater than 500,000. That's a good one here. And we could also say, positive sales, so that we could eliminate some negative sales candidates here. So now we are getting stronger candidates. We could look at these names here with the nice sale, as you can see here, with the positive gross margin. Let's say positive gross margin here. We could look at these names here. Given insiders are buying nicely, in many cases institutions are buying, like IEA $9 stock here. Both insiders and institutions are buying nicely. You could slowly look at such stocks here and buy them slowly. And we got here our ATER. That's also nice insider buy, nice institution buy. So I will be looking at these names here to initiate a small position and go from there. Typically, when the stock is down like this, when the insider and institution buy, that's typically a turning point for the stock to go higher. So with that, what we'll do is we'll probably look at one sector here. My favorite sector to invest these days is healthcare. We can look at the biotech area and see what biotech stocks that we can buy at these levels here and go from there. So with that, let's look here and see if we can spot biotech here. So we got healthcare. I think healthcare could be a good one. We can start with healthcare here and go from there. All right, so now we'll look at the healthcare basket here. Let's go after nice quality here, positive sales growth, positive gross margin. Now we get nice healthcare stocks here. And as you can see here, we could also say low RSI so that we get beaten down names. Look here, we got nice names here. You could look at these names. I like ICPT here. It's a great one. Stock is trying to bounce even today with the market sell-off. This one is trying to go higher. That tells you, it wants to go higher. And then you got a few more here. ESPR, a great one here. This is trying to, go. It's a nice volume here, double the normal volume. That tells you it's trying to go higher. Squeeze some of these shorts as it goes higher. And I like other names like Fibrogen. Retractable is a great stock here. Shockwave is also a good one. We could look at these names here. Given these are beaten down stocks with a nice sales growth, nice gross margin, you could buy those. So last but not least, let's look at a few candidates. I know many of you like to buy low price stocks. Let's look at some great low price stocks below $15 here, and look at beaten down with the low RSI, positive sales, positive gross margin. So these are some strong candidates in the low price stocks you could still buy and make some money. Keep watching here. Nice sales growth, nice gross margin. That tells you these are stronger candidates. You could slowly buy some of these names here and go from there. Keep watching the volume here. Some of these have got very high volume. That tells you, folks are interested to buy these names here or sell. But you could look at these names here and buy them slowly and take advantage of this market downturn here and take it from there. So with that, thank you very much. Let's wrap it up today. Happy investing and trading. Wish you very good success, and please subscribe.